ha! Greetings, you people, and hello, my king. How is it going, and how is it been? It's time to get to some questions. Let's do this. What we got here? Scroll, 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 scroll. That's a lot of questions. In light of all the questions, I think I'm going to start this whole thing off with a pig. I am a little guinea pig. I want you to say hello. Say hello to Kate. This is Kate. Hello, Kate. How's it going, pig? Yes, yes, a pretty piggy. I don't have any food for you right now. She's a little pissed. I'll have to get her some food for that. Certainly am. That's Kate. And I have 3 more. Would I rather fight 100 hamster-sized horses or 1 horse-sized hamster? Well, that's pretty easy, actually, because I think I would end up going with fighting a horse-sized hamster, because not only would that be epic, but I know how to win over a horse-sized hamster. That's actually very hard to say. You win over a horse-sized hamster with a horse-sized piece of oat grass. So, Briarstone, honestly, do you smoke pot? I do. Do you? No, man! Smoking is bad for you. It's carcinogenic, burning anything and breathing that in. That's just... And it doesn't last long enough, man. You have to simmer it down in some sort of fat, like butter, or clarified butter, like ghee. And you cook with that. I'm not admitting to anything. What is the longest novel you've read, and how long did it take you to read it? This counts as 1 novel. Am I right? I do believe I'm right. How long did it take me to read it? Somewhere in the vicinity of 3 days, I believe, overall. And, yeah, what is my favorite novel? Boom! 2 in 1. Many people want to know about whether or not I am a brother of Quill, and if not, how did we meet? So, first things first, Quill is my brother. However, he is not blood relation. You see, I believe you get to choose your family members. You don't get to choose your relatives. Your relatives are your relatives. But you get to choose your family members. And Quill is my brother. One of several, actually. So how did we meet? Actually, we met by another brother of mine. His name is Zen Sugar, as you hear me call him out sometimes, Zen Bro. But he was the introduction. I met this guy in real life, and he invited me into World of Warcraft. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll try World of Warcraft. And I got invited into this guild known as the Twilight Phoenix. And I also met, while I was there, the guild mistress, Evangeline, or also A Kiss for Luck, as some of you may know her. And she has her own channel, by the way. I'll put a little link right here. And while I was also there, I also met Quill's wife. And we just... They're all family now, guys. They're all family. That is how we met, and that was close to 7 years ago, I do believe. Do you have a degree? And if so, what is it in? Also, why are you such a good drunk gamer? Well, I was going to get a degree to answer the first question, but it didn't quite work out. I did not finish trying to get it. It was going to be in art. Art. And when it comes to being a good drunk gamer, I don't know if there is such a thing. However, if I was to say anything, it would be along the lines of luck. I think I just luck out. Either that, or my body just tends to function better when my brain goes for a swim. What do you do when you're not playing awesome games? Well, after I pull myself away from Imager, and after I get away from r/reaction gifts, you can bet to find me on foot, either running, walking, wherever I go. I don't drive a car because, well, I like to walk, run, wherever I go. And Actually, after that, what do I do? I might be seen having a philosophical talk with an inanimate object, although that usually is towards the very end of the day. I don't watch hockey. I do not drink Molson. And I certainly will be rocking out to the Beatles a lot quicker than I will be rocking out to Rush. Okay. Oh, and favorite beer? I'm just going to have to say, it's a toss-up. There's so many, man. There's just so many. I can't really pick one. However, if I was to pick one, it's going to be kind of a convoluted answer because I don't remember the name of it. However, it was a gruit that I had when I was in Victoria, BC. It was amazing. Okay, that's all I can say is it was the perfect blend of spice and awesome and alcohol content minus the bubbles. I don't know what they did with that. There was no bubbles. But it was amazing. That's all I can say. Goatee or handlebars? The real question. Actually, bro, you can have both. It requires a little bit of manscaping. What the hell am I talking about? Who are you in Demonax Tales from my D&D campaign? Actually, if you don't know what that's all about, link there. Also, I am the cleric. I am the guy known as Reginald Black, the super heavy, massive, badass cleric. I'm gonna say that because he is. He's amazing, and you haven't seen anything yet. You just wait till I get old. Just keep watching. It gets better. Dwarf Fortress, like ever? Well, technically, there's a lot of calories that I will have to spend to learn Dwarf Fortress proper, like. But that's actually not a bad thing. I could actually do Dwarf Fortress, and it would be kind of hilarious to see how badly I can fail at it at first, because there's so much stuff going on. I'm not naive. I know I would utterly fail over and over and over again for the first 400 or so times that I played, until I actually got the handle of things. However, currently in my situation, my current time schedule, the schedule I have going on, and the games that I'm currently playing, I can't squeeze it in yet. But sure, someday I will certainly. Ever play Notrium? Actually, I have never heard of it until you told me about it. I'm going to have to check that out. A survival roguelike where you're stranded on a planet and have to craft and explore. And it's free. What is stopping this guy? I guess actually what's stopping this guy is pretty much the same thing that's stopping the Dwarf Fortress at the moment. I just need some more time. Or, after I wrap up some other games that I have on the go, we'll give that one a go. What is the weirdest or craziest thing you can think of in Minecraft? Circles! And with that, I have another pay. Oh, look at her. She's amazing. She is the beautiful one. One of the beautiful ones. Her name is Erin. That's right, Erin, after the Erin Scotch Whiskies. Yeah, look at that color. Look at that color. Look at those legs. Look at those, look at those legs. Can you list some of the highlights of the collaborations that you have had with your audience and some of the incredible moments of your various series? What things stand out, favorite runs, etc. Tales of Huerta by Me on Murder comes to mind. You know what? That is a very, very good example. Now, as many of you know, I have a particular series known as Skyrim Roguelike. And you know what? Skyrim Roguelike, I just play the game. You guys make it interesting, okay? Instead of having these little cookie cutout Skyrim characters, you know, look at me, I'm another hero, a male, a female, it doesn't really matter, and I'm just gonna go hack and slash everything and beat up rats and go kill innocent civilian just because it's funny. Ah, right, yeah, no. Actually, there's a lot of role-playing involved. And how I try to role-play things is based on how you guys end up telling me how to do things. And I love it. And evidently you guys love it as well. Now, in terms of different collaborations, what wouldn't I like? All of them. There are so many things. Like, in the comment sections of those videos, there's always updated information. And when I first create a character, you guys tell me what you want that character to be like. And then we try to fix and weave a story into that. And that is just, absolutely, you want to know? That is the most incredible thing out of any series of Skyrim roguelike is that particular moment where we sort of just bang our heads together and try to figure out who is this person. That is a lot of fun. Now, speaking of Meon Murder, seriously, Tales of Huerta, put a link right there. And you can go check that out. I really, really like it because he goes a little further, right? He starts talking about the prequel, if you will. The prologue, the happenings before we get to Alamir, right? What was the situation in his clan? You know, why is he doing the things he's doing? It's an amazing story. I invite you guys to go check that out. Besides that, there's also Nefata, there was Kara, and I don't remember who it was specifically that said, you know what, make Kara have a kid, and with that kid died, and her mother died, and they were killed by the Imperials. That is why she joined with the Stormcloaks, and that was that was literally the turning point for me with that particular character. I hated the Imperials at that point. It was like, you know what? This is how I have to play the game now. I have to literally play the game against the Imperials. And it was so hard not to just, find a messenger and kill him, because I was so anti-Imperial at the time. There's so many things that you guys... And Quackjack, who else? Just Viewing, several others who end up not only in the comments section giving me story bits, but sending me PMs. They send me private messages with these long lists. Or not lists, but long stories. Like fan fiction. You guys are incredible, and I thank you for it. And that is one of the main reasons I'm going to continue doing Skyrim Roguelike, is because you guys make it so damn interesting. What are you working with? That is a very vague question. Do you mean what am I recording with? Because that I can certainly tell you. Now, in terms of what I'm working with, one is PG rated. I am going to stick with that one. I actually record my games with fraps. Not exactly the most efficient thing, but it turns out that it works pretty well for me currently, up until I can get a new CPU. When I get that, and I can actually, render my videos while I'm recording them, that would be a little bit better, but currently I can't do that because my CPU can't handle the load of the game, plus the rendering. So, we're not going to go into too much detail, but there's also that, and you know what, for Facecam, I actually just use the standard Logitech program. Like, just for the webcam. It's not exactly all that exciting, but it works for me, and I hope you guys think so too. Have you thought of doing live streaming? Have I thought of doing live streaming? I have dreamed of doing live streaming. Nothing else would make me happier than to play a roguelike live streaming. Can you imagine Skyrim roguelike live streaming? Okay, now let's just put it out there. I don't think I could possibly do it with a character with so much backstory, right? Because there's going to be a lot of distractions, and I have this feeling that the live streamed Skyrim roguelike is going to have a much higher mortality rate. Would be a lot of fun to watch, but it's going to have a lot higher mortality rate, and I don't think all the energy that would be spent into doing some backstory for them would be generally necessary or needed, which is redundant. I just figured that out. How do you feel about grand strategy games such as Civilization or Heroes of Might and Magic? Well, to be honest, I actually enjoy such games as Civilization or Heroes of Might and Magic. However, I don't play them as often, if that makes any sense. Like, I really enjoy watching these types of games, or almost like movie quality things for me when I'm watching Civilization, for instance, or when I'm watching Quill, for instance, when he's doing that sort of thing, or when he's doing Crusader Kings. I find that fun, but playing it, there's not enough. I don't know, there's gotta something that engages my fingers a little bit more. Like, I need a little bit more twitch, if that makes any sense. Or the feeling that there's danger, and then things can just be done and over with. And I guess you can get that in some of those games as well. but it's just not as, it just doesn't punch me the same way. Like, I really need a good punch. So were you at any time in your life a surfer? No, actually, well, not of the ocean, my friend. Surfer of the snow. Yes, sir. Any hobbies? Like drawing, reading, whatever, any kind of sports do you play? I do have a hobby. Gaming is my #1 hobby because, well, I spend enough money on it. Other than that, there's also drawing, of course. There's a callback to the arts degree comment that I made. I love to draw. I love art, right? And speaking of the fact that I love art, you ask if I love to read. I love to write, my friend. And you haven't read anything I wrote, have you? No, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. But I really love to write, and the type of genre that I typically do write is a lot of fantasy type of things, but there's also some real world stuff thrown in there too, just kind of bordering on the fantastical in the real world, you know, that sort of thing. Maybe a little geeky, but you know what, that's just what I am. But besides that, what kind of sports do you play? All of them. I will play any sport. I am very competitive by nature. Is Anime Hero your best friend ever, or your bestest friend ever? My friend, my buddy. We haven't even met yet. We need to fix that sometime soon, though, man. I need to get a plane ticket and go zooming off into Australia. That scary place. Or you can come to Canada. I'm just saying, you can come to Canada. Could be a thing. I think it's easier for you to get to Canada. You know why? Because we don't have deadly animals and insects and such. Okay, we got a couple, but it's... How old are you? And what do you do for a living? I am currently 30 years of age. 3 decades old. 15 plus 15 years old. 5 times 6 years old. 30 minus 30 plus 30 years old. And what do I do for a living? I actually work in nutrition. That's right, nutrition. I actually know a lot about food. Have any questions about that? I don't care. I'll answer them, whatever. What to eat, what not to eat, that sort of thing. And what to take on an everyday basis if you want to stay relatively healthy. #1 thing, probiotics. #2 thing, enzymes. Just keep that going, man. Unless you're eating fermented foods every single day, you need that in your life. Probiotics and enzymes. How do you keep fit? Do you do any sports, chase dragons, fight crime at night? Well, as I've mentioned before, I actually do a lot of walking, a lot of running. I go places on foot, basically. That's one of the primary ways I do it. I also try to eat well, that sort of thing. And as by sports, I will do any sport. I've mentioned that as well. Chase dragons? No, man, not anymore. I've already slayed them all. Seriously. You should know that by now. And fight crime at night? There's no crime around here, man. There's no crime. I'd have to run a lot further than I'm willing to find some crime. Can you tell us an awesome moment or tale from your D&D campaign? Well, Demonac might get a little upset if I tell you some stuff he hasn't already mentioned, but I think what I'll do is I'll just whisper it. So here's what happened. See, we were in this like, okay, this is good. Okay, never mind. Have you played any Silent Hill game? And if so, what did you think of them? I think they are creepy as intended. Favorite series that I've made so far? Also, any tips for new YouTubers? I'm still a new YouTuber myself, so I don't really know how many tips I can give. But as far as my favorite series is concerned, I really love Skyrim roguelike. I find it just fantastic, and I really love the stories that I'm able to be a part of in Skyrim roguelike. However, I think currently I'm going to have to say, believe it or not, it's going to have to be Rogue Legacy, because the game is just that awesome. It's my favorite to play. Let's put it that way. It's my favorite to play. My absolute favorite of all time, though, will have to still be the reigning king, Skyrim roguelike, because there's just no other way to interact with you guys as much as I get to interact with you there. So that's kind of special. What is your favorite game that you have ever played that would be good for a roguelike playthrough? Well, obviously, the other thing I would say is Fallout, but I have already done that, so something new, I would have to say Gears of War. Gears of War. What would that be like? A roguelike based on the world of Gears of War. I think that would be rather smashing. A friend of mine wants to know where you got your sword, and I do too. Well, that sword right there... Oh shit! That sword right there was a gift from A Kiss for Luck, Evangeli, actually, and it was quite an awesome evening because we all got together and we went to this place called Medieval Times, and in Medieval Times, if you don't know, which is in Toronto, it's actually in several places, but in Toronto. And Medieval Times is a place where you go and there's 8 combatants and you have color-coordinated stuff and it's coordinated with the gladiators and you get to be in it, right? You're just sitting there with your plate of food that you eat with your hands, by the way, and you got big steins of beer and you're roaring for your champion. And there's a story that goes on there. Usually, you know, obviously there's a good guy, there's a bad guy, and there's like a princess or something to be saved, some sort of, I don't know, object to be saved. And no, it's just an overall really good time, but it was there that was gifted to me along with that shield, actually, which I have not shown before. So shabam, shield, 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 shield. Kind of an amazing thing. Hang out right there, shoot. And about me falling in the floor, that was intentional. Are there any really good places to get educated in programming in Canada? Actually, there's several good places to get educated anywhere in Canada, but for programming specifically, you're gonna have to ask Quill, because I don't really know, unfortunately. But if you're from Norway, I'm quite certain you can handle the cold. I would like to know the shampoo and the conditioner that you use. Ellipsis, so beautiful. Well, I use a product called Himalayan. That's it. That's the name of it. That's the brand name, Himalayan. It's a pretty good product. I like it. It's all natural. You can eat this stuff. I wouldn't. I had a little bit fall in my mouth there when I was like lathering up, and it tasted absolutely terrible. But it's not poisonous. It's not toxic. There's no fragrances. There's nothing crazy inside of it. You can ingest it and probably still digest normally for a few hours. So I use that. Also, I don't over shampoo and I don't over conditioner. Actually, I don't even use a conditioner at all. And when you go to shampoo your head, do just that. Shampoo your head. Leave the rest of your hair alone. There's natural oils in there, and if you want that shit to stay normal, don't shampoo it out. What was the first game you ever played? Now, I'm wondering, do you mean like a physical game or a digital game? Like a console game? Those are a little bit separate, but I am thinking you're saying like a console game, like a video game, if you will. So I'm going to say, what was my first video game? First video game was, actually I think it was the regular Nintendo, the NES. It was Super Mario Brothers. It had the double thing. You had Super Mario Brothers, and just below that on the cartridge you also had Duck Hunt, and I played the hell out of Duck Hunt. Mind you, my highest score was immense. It was amazing. I was also 3 inches from the television screen. I cheated. But whatever. I was a kid. Kids get to do that. Leave me alone. No. Now, what game system holds the most fond memories for you? I'm still going to have to say the regular Nintendo, because I got so many games from that. I borrowed a lot of games from, well, neighbor kids and such, and we got together and played a lot of games, and it was just fun. So that's probably it. That's where most of my gaming memories stem from. Also, if my house was on fire, what would I try to save first? My ass. What are the specs of your PC? My PC does not wear glasses. Now here's an interesting question. What made you want to have a YouTube channel? To tell you the truth, I didn't. Now, I'm not going to say that I didn't want to start a YouTube channel. It just didn't come up in my mind. It wasn't something that I was like, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Never happened. Actually, what happened was, apparently, some people in my life think I'm very entertaining. Apparently, you guys think so too. But, given that knowledge, they decided to buy me a microphone and later buy me a camera and said, you know what? You should do YouTube. And I kind of felt like I should do YouTube because they specifically bought me these things to do that. And I was like, well, okay, I'll give it a shot. Why? I mean, I'm the type of person that is just going to be, I'm open for new experiences. And that is what I decided to do. And on the on the opposite side of everything, looking back, I mean, technically, this has been quite an experience and quite confidence building. I feel much better about myself than I did before, so that's something. So Briarstone, my question is, would you want to do a video together for both of our channels? Technically, man, seriously, I love playing with people. That came out extremely wrong, actually. But you hopefully know what I mean, and I like playing with people. English is sometimes it gets me, and I just need a game to play and the time to play it, so look forward to that. I actually intend to play multiple games with multiple people, so we'll just see how it goes, play it by ear, that sort of thing. Where did you learn those awesome dance moves? Man, let me tell you, you can't teach that. Will we ever see a mini Briarstone in Skyrim roguelike? I had not thought of that, but thank you, sir. There will definitely be a mini Briarstone in Skyrim roguelike, and he will die. What is the meaning of life? 84 divided by 2. Outside of making awesome YouTube videos, what do you do with your free time? Free time. Time is enslaved to me. Are you stoned? Not currently. Also, paying. Look. Oh, you looking shocked. Why are you looking so shocked? This one is named Bridget, or Brigand, because she used to rob food from the other piggies. That's right. She's a little fat for it, too. Put in you. And Bridget loves people. Don't you, Bridget? Yes. Say hello to the people. Say hello. She said hello. It's okay. It's piggy speak. Even when it's silent, it's loud and clear to me. Do you study any particular style of sword fighting, or is it just for fun? Oh, I love killing people. Do you speak Spanish? Sí, pero solo un poco. Would you make YouTubing a career? Actually, I would. I'd be dumb not to, because I have so much fun doing this. I mean, seriously, who wouldn't? I mean, if it's something you enjoy doing, you do it. And if you can make money doing it, do it. Do you enjoy music? I adore music. And anybody who knows me or has been around my person in real life knows that whenever things get quiet, I'm humming, I'm drumming, I'm beatboxing, I'm doing something to cut out the silence with music. And that said, do you have a favorite genre or band? I adore music, so I don't do genres and I don't do bands. The way you handle that sword, do you LARP? Live action role playing. For anybody who doesn't know what LARPing is, I would love to do some live action role playing. However, there's not a lot of it currently going on in this vicinity. I would certainly enjoy doing it. Just haven't had the chance. Do you partake of marijuana in any of its myriad forms? Maybe. Oh, and what is your favorite stoner comedy? The Big Lebowski, my friend. The Big Lebowski. How tall is Kenneth McKellar? I think you mean how tall was Kenneth McKellar, and he was tall enough to reach the damn microphone. What is one game that you wish you could forget everything you knew about it and played it over again for the first time? Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. When will you be playing more for the lose? I know what you mean, bro. Faster than light. It's coming as soon as I can possibly get it done. Will you be partaking in the beta for Hearthstone? Oh shit. Is this recording? Will you be playing any Final Fantasy XIV? Maybe. It's a big maybe. I know they fixed a lot of things about it, and so it is now incredibly good, or so I hear. Zenbro keeps bringing it up, so I might. Maybe? I'm really looking forward to Elder Scrolls Online, so big maybe. What do you do besides YouTube for a career? Well, as soon as I can, YouTube will be my career. I would really, really like to just be entertaining. I think that is something that I have always wanted to do, but never really gave myself the chance. I never thought it was possible, and it took some friends of mine to convince me that it might just be possible, and you guys are continuing to convince me that it might be possible, and I would love to continue giving you more and more content. So we're just going to see how it goes, and as fast as I can get there, YouTube will be the career choice for me. What games from your past would have made a potential great YouTube series? How about trying to beat Contra? The very first Contra? Seriously? That would have been a series that would have gone on for a very long time. Now, you can make things a little easier if you use the Konami code because you get more lives, but that would be cheating. That's not the way I would do things, and I would legitimately try to beat Contra. That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun, I think. Certainly. Do you want this channel to develop to a community-driven selection of games, or do you want to keep a firm grasp on the games you play? I would like to keep a firm grasp on the games that I end up playing, because to be entertaining, you have to enjoy what you're doing, and if I don't enjoy what I'm playing, I won't continue to be entertaining, I don't think. So I would like to keep a grasp of what I play, but meanwhile, I would like the community to kind of like be there to play with me from time to time, as well as, you know, kind of guide me along, you know, and tell me how to play some of the games as if I am playing Skyrim roguelike. You know what? Those are the people that make those stories. That's not me. I kind of just fall in line. What is your favorite game? That is a tough question. How do I choose? Because there are so many that I really love. Favorite game. That's gonna be hard. I know what I'll do is I'll say what is my most played game. If I was to go that route, I can give you an answer at least. So here is that answer is going to, without a doubt, be Metroid Prime. Actually, I think for the GameCube. I think that game by itself has consumed more hours of my life than any other game. And that's including The Witcher and every other game of that nature that I've spent 120 hours plus on. Even Skyrim. I think the most time I've spent in a game, the most replayed times I've played the game over and over and over again just to beat it one more time, Metroid Prime. What else do you have? What music do you like? Oh, seriously, that's another really hard question. You're being mean to me. You know what? Here's the thing. Somebody else already asked me about music, so what I'm going to do this time is to kind of give you an idea of what type of the range, I guess. I'm going to give you a few... I'm just going to give you a range. Okay, here's some names of some songs. Okay, here's Lady in Red by Chris. That's one. November Rain, Guns N' Roses. Okay, there's a bit in between those two. Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson. Okay, so now you're getting a bit of a range. You're getting a bit of... Jerry Was a Race Car Driver by Primus. Now that's really screwing with you, I'm sure. The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine. How about Rose of Sharon? Killswitch Engage. How about Deuces by A Chosen? Seriously, I have a very, very wide range. What is love? Love is never giving up. Are you going to play some co-op permadeath with YouTubers? I would really love to do that. Here's the problem, though. When it comes to, and I've mentioned this before, I really like to play with people. But still, it's all about scheduling. Like for myself, I can schedule me. I can't schedule other people. And when it comes to those like larger projects, you know, let's do a permadeath custom game inside of Neverwinter. I would really love to do that. It's just not practical in so many ways. People have lives, and it's kind of hard to coincide with that. But if it was ever possible, if we ever had a chance, damn straight I would. When is Dead Space coming back? As soon as possible. Speaking of, you know, having to schedule with people so that we can have good fun times together, whenever I can get a hold of Neeks and we can iron out a time, that is exactly when we'll pick up again with Dead Space. It's not dead yet. So much fun. It's hell in space. Take hell, whatever you know about hell, and stick it in space. That's Dead Space, and I like hell. Yeah, life is hell, and I like life. That's oddly awesome. I just came up with that. What are those gargoyles on your bookshelf? Oh, gargoyles on my bookshelf. I'll show you. One second. This beastie. Look at the beastie. He is rather fantastic. He's got a little bit of a boo-boo right there. But he's kind of fantastic all around. Let's take a look at his back. He's got a piggy bump, sort of. If piggies were devils. Certainly. Oh, certainly. I love statues. So, there's a little bit more about me. You didn't ask about that, but you know I love statues now. Do you feel commentary from your videos has improved your day-to-day interactions with people? Yes. Do you feel confident? Articulate in verbal communication as a whole. Actually, you know what? That is true. From my day-to-day, I do speak a little bit more clearly than I used to before. Like, I'm literally trying harder. I'm going to say I'm expending more calories, trying to make my words clearer when I talk to people in my day-to-day. And that's only been since I've been doing YouTube videos. It's interesting that you brought that up. I'm supposing that you do the same? Because I know you have a channel, so I'm supposing you do the same. Could be. How do you like your steak done? When I have steak medium, that's the answer. I don't have steak very often, but when I do, like a medium. So as of recording all of this evening, that is all the questions that you guys had sent my way, and that was a lot of questions. I hope you guys stayed all the way here to the end, and that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me. And as a reward, as getting down to the end of everything, are you nibbling on me? I have my fourth and final piggy. This one, you've probably seen before. She's a little bit more famous on A Kiss for Luck's channel. Ava shows her off from time to time. Her name is Pinky. And Pinky, as you can see, has pink eyes. And she's not exactly the most... I'm looking for the word there. She's not the most refined looking piggy, but she's still adorable. And I love her to death, and she is probably the best natured pig. God, she's got some funky tufts of hair. But yeah, she's one of the best natured piggies, and I love actually taking her out the most and setting her on my lap and just petting her from time to time. She really enjoys that. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's all. I hope you enjoyed all of this. If you did indeed enjoy this video and its many facets of well, questionnaire-ness, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content such as this. And hopefully, you know, when I hit 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 subs, I will continue to maybe do more AMAs. Or if you guys have any other suggestions for another celebratory video, let me know in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys again later. Are you getting around it? Oh, she's giving me kisses. She's giving me kisses. I love this pig. Alright, but anyway, I will see you guys again later. Have a good day, have a good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Briarstone signing out.